Hello, you motherfuckers. Okay, well, I wanted to talk about this video, Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens. I've mulled all this over. I've been watching, non-stop YouTube videos about why this movie was so awful, and now I understand why. From every single person I've ever seen who said that this movie sucks, it's because it does. It completely rips off Episode 4 to a T. Every single plot point is completely ripped off. Yeah, the visuals and aesthetics are fucking amazing and cool, but the music isn't. The music is the same fucking music you've been fucking listening to since the first movie came out. There's no change in the music. Yeah, the visuals are cool, and the costumes are cool and shit, because we have better technology. We better have fucking better technology in 2016 over 1977. You copied the main characters, you copied everything. I actually feel good about this because I know that JJ Abrams will not go down as a good director in history. He will not. He will just not. People will see his work in 10 years and be like, he just stole it. He made money on it, but he stole it. That's not exciting. There's a reason why I'm making this, because I think that people are really controlled, and people are really influenced by their feelings and their sensibilities, and they're blinded by nostalgia. Oh my god, Han Solo, he's on screen. He's fucking 70 years old. Carrie Fisher's on screen. She's old as fuck too. Who cares? You know what? Who gives a shit that they're there? And I've gotten a lot of flack for this. I'm just gonna make this because I don't give a shit. That's what I agree with. I still don't think that it should be about story. It should be about a story rather than fucking nostalgia. How quickly and easily led are you people to think that this movie is so great? I mean, it just came out like Rotten Tomatoes. They gave that movie a 95% when it first came out, and I bet in fucking 5 years, 10 years, they might fucking slaughter that movie. Like, that movie was a ripoff. I think that most of the characters were contrived and reboots of the same characters. If you would have told me that Episode 7 was a remake of Episode 4, I would have said that would have been a different thing. And it was right on. And it was definitely a remake of Episode 4 in the general parameters of the story. And people say that the prequels are so awful. The prequel's awful because Jar Jar Binks. Yeah, you know what? Jar Jar Binks was annoying. It was not fun, but it was a risk. It was a creative decision. It was let's make a swamp animal with these, who lives underwater. And actually, that was actually kind of cool in relation, because I did not expect that. I did not expect to have this big palace of Naboo and all these fucking emperor palace, and then fucking people living underwater in circular bubbles and shit. That was inventive, at least a little bit. It was a fucking creative risk, and that's the problem with Hollywood now. We do not take creative risks. If we keep saying these movies are great, guess what kind of shit? If you keep going and seeing these movies, you're gonna keep getting them. We're gonna keep getting Captain America. We're gonna keep getting Batman vs Spider-Man 47. And if you keep giving them money and keep giving that, we're gonna keep getting shitty movies. Do you understand that? Do you think that's gonna be fun? Do you think that's gonna be great? To have Star Wars Episode 47, and have a reboot of this movie? No, people are gonna get tired of that. People don't care about that. Actually, people don't really, truly deep down, they don't care about bullshit like CGI and effects and costumes, and they care about story. And they care about characters, and they care about relationships, they care about human relationships with each other, and deeper meanings. They really do. But BB-8 was R2-D2. Kylo Ren was Darth Vader. What's his name? Han Solo was Obi-Wan Kenobi. Rey was Mary Sue, and she was fucking she was Luke Skywalker, way overpowered. That was ridiculous. She's just a fucking this woman who can just do whatever she wants. She knows what the Force is without even knowing. She can do it without even knowing what it is. And in the other movies, it had to spend years and things training. If the prequels were not yes, when Yoda tells Anakin that he's too old, and he's 6 years old or something, or whatever, 10, you're too old, and then because in the first time we see Yoda says to Luke, you're too old, he's 20, whatever, 20 something. He's a grown adult. And the first time we see Anakin, he's like, he's too old. Because then we figure out that they start training Jedi at like 3 years old from birth. So, like, having Rey just know the Force out of nowhere is fucking bullshit. At least stick to your fucking storyline. That's why that was bullshit. That was a cop-out. Oh, she just learned the Force all of a sudden. So when she can beat Kylo fucking Ren, who's been training, and who has no reason to betray his family, he just betrayed his family. He killed his dad for, I don't like you. And it was just bullshit. It just was not, he killed his dad in the same way that, and how Obi-Wan Kenobi died in the same way, and it just, all the plot points were similar, on the same page, and all there. And copied, and stolen, and just fucking made me want to just fucking drink everything in sight. I've seen a lot of criticism, and a lot of people have been pushing back on this. Every time I talk to someone, they don't have a real reason why they liked it. They don't have a real reason why. They don't have a real clear reason, like, why. They just said it was good. It was good. Compared to half the filth they're pushing out now. I mean, like, Goosebumps, the movie, came out, like, a month before that. Like, there's fucking bullshit out on fucking movies all the time. It was a good action movie for our time. When our time is not having a large requirement of art at this point in time. So, does that make it good? No. If it's the best out of if a piece of trash is better than the rest of the other trash, is it better than, is it good? No. It just was contrived. It was just contrived. You can just tell a boardroom of people just said, let's just make this movie. We bought not LucasArts, whatever, Lucasfilm, and fucking let's just make billions of dollars on this. And because, like, Chinese people don't know how to fucking, like, if you're Chinese, let's just put it this way. If you're Chinese, are you going to care about story development and character development and shit if you can't understand the language anyways? You're not going to. You're just going to care about CGI and, oh, that was cool. Like, that's why. That's what they're doing now. They're just fucking making the market bigger. They're making everyone around the world see these movies. That's fine. But be honest about that then. Like, be honest that you just are doing this because you want to get money from people in other countries who don't speak English. That's fine. But we speak English. If they was in Chinese, it would be like, there's no character development in this. There's no story. And, you know, like, the oldest stories in human history, it's the hero's journey. The original Star Wars is based on the hero's journey of someone who has a problem. They encounter a mentor. They go through all these things, and they come back home and find a sense of self, and they feel relieved, and they have a big problem that's resolved. And that is very connecting to a lot of people on deep levels, on a human level, that we all have to go through that kind of thing in life. So that's why it's connecting. So some people copy that cheaply, but some people really do it, and the whole thing was just copied because, like, the resistance was the rebellion. No, it was so far off. Even that, like, call it some, like, the faction and resistance army or something like that, or like something with a little more effort than the rebellion, the resistance. It sounds almost the same. The New Order or the. Why did they come? What the fuck? What was their reasoning? I understand that the first Star Wars Episode 4 didn't give a reasoning why the Empire was there, but it was fucking cool when Darth Vader walked onto a fucking ship and goes, and you didn't even know. We didn't even know what the fuck that was. You never saw that ever. That was cool. This was already done, and based in the same genre, this was done the same exact way. Can you please explain why fucking Finn, rejected being a stormtrooper just a little bit? If you look at the prequels, you look at the old stories, you look at the other ones, there's a lot more dialogue. There's a lot more talking. There's a lot more interesting things going on. There's a lot more dialogue. There's some times where, but you like, if you compare it to this movie, like, they're going slow. Like, Episode 4, like, even Obi-Wan, and, like, they're hanging out on Tatooine for a long time. They're hanging out on Tatooine for, like, 45 minutes or an hour or something like that. Like, they're not getting off that planet. Like, it takes a while for them to do that. This movie, everything was rushed so fast. They put all the environments in. They crammed it in for 2 hours and 20 minutes or whatever how long the movie was. And It was bad. It was cheap. The only question I have for you people is, if anyone watching this is, if you're getting mad at me, you're probably only getting mad at yourself, because this was a cheap sellout movie. And if you really do, you really want this? You really want our movies to be like this in the future, where they're just soulless recreations of old things in the past that appeals to your sensibilities and your nostalgia, or do you want some movies that are deep and connecting and fulfilled and make you a better person and make you feel enjoyment out of life? What do you choose?